A few days ago, we ranked the GILAS Pilipinas players based on their performances in the first round of the FIBA World Cup 2023. Today, we're going to rank them again based on their performances in the classification round. But before we do that, again, this ranking is not a measure of how good these players are individually, but rather solely on their performances in the World Cup, specifically on their games against South Sudan and China. And now that that's out of the way, let's begin. At number 12, retaining his spot from the last rankings is Japeth Aguilar. The captain only managed to play 2 minutes per game as he only was able to grab 2 rebounds in their game against China. Falling 1 slot to number 11 is CJ Perez. CJ was only able to play in their game against South Sudan as he was given a DNP in their second game against China. During his lone game in the classification round, CJ was able to snatch 1 rebound and dish out 1 assist. At number 10 is Jaime Malonzo. Due to his injury sustained in their first game against South Sudan, Jaime was also given a DNP during their second classification game against China. In his 11 minutes of play, he was able to score 4 points and grab 1 rebound. Get well soon, Sir Jaime Malonzo. Continuing on a downward trend, at number 9 we have Kiefer Ravena. Kiefer goes down 2 slots after he was not able to buy a bucket for their 2 games in the classification round. He averaged 0 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound in 12 minutes per game. I would argue that he could go as low as 10th place here, but his steady playmaking, making 6 assists in 2 games, puts him a hair above the previous player. At number 8, going down 3 slots is Pogoy. RR averaged 3.5 points and 0.5 rebounds in the second round, playing 10 minutes per game. His shot making was still very spot on, but has seen a significant decrease in minutes, cutting his averages to virtually half. At number 7, finally starting the upward trend, we have Scotty Thompson. The PBA MVP averaged 13 minutes in their 2 games in the classification round, and he grabbed all his stats in their games against China, scoring 4 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. At number 6, going down 2 slots is Junmar Fajardo. The PBA's GOAT saw his minutes go down as he only played 14 minutes per game and averaged 4.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 0.5 assists. He still played significantly well in their 2 games. However, Junmar went scoreless during their game against South Sudan, dragging his averages down by a little bit. At number 5, going 1 slot from number 6, we have Renzo Bando. Renz was definitely given more chances in the classification stage as he was given 22 minutes per game, averaging 7 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Renz was definitely the energy guy that the team needed to get them out of slumps. I know some would argue that he should be placed a bit higher, however, it is very difficult to place him over the 4 players who definitely played a little bit more than Renz in the classification round. It is also a knock that Renz went scoreless in their first game against South Sudan. At number 4, going up 4 is Soto. The first half of our young Twin Towers has finally showed up in the classification stage. Kai finally looked in form as he averaged 10 points, 1 assist, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks in 21 minutes per game. Kai definitely looked a bit more aggressive and a bit more in sync in his plays during the classification games. We hope that this kind of play will continue to improve for his future career. At number 3 is the second half of our young Twin Towers. We have AJ Adu. AJ averaged 8.5 points, 2.5 assists, 8.5 rebounds, and 1 block in 29 minutes per game. At this point, AJ's play make him the most solid big man for the GILAS Pilipinas. He is definitely the reason why the GILAS Pilipinas plays in the top 5 of rebounding in the entire tournament. AJ continued to show his composure and the GILAS Pilipinas big man shows a ray of hope for the upcoming tournaments for the GILAS Pilipinas. At number 2, we have Dwight Ramos. The most consistent player for GILAS continued to impress as he scored 20 points in their loss against South Sudan. In his 32 minutes per game, he was able to average 15.5 points, 3 assists, and 8.5 rebounds. The birthday boy continued to prove that he is more than just looks in the basketball court. It would not be a shock if ever we will see Dwight get offers from other leagues aside from the B League anytime soon. And at number 1, still a no-brainer, we have Jordan Clarkson. 20 points in 4 minutes is insane, and he led GILAS Pilipinas to their lone win in the World Cup as he averaged 29 points at 3 assists and 3 rebounds in the classification games, playing only 34 minutes per game. If there were still doubters leading up to the win, that game pretty much ended those doubts, and as he reminded everyone what an NBA player could actually do. And this marks the end of our second ranking. The GILAS Pilipinas ranked based on their classification round performances. Do you agree with my picks? And if not, comment it down below so we could talk about it. In our next upload, we will be ranking the GILAS Pilipinas players based on their overall performances in the FIBA World Cup 2023. Anyways, if you like this type of content, consider subscribing, for not only would it help out a ton, but I would very much appreciate it. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on our next upload. Peace!